Hey guys, hope you're all well. Right, we're going to do a little bit on the RM today. Get a bit caught up with that. So I'm going to have a mess about with the front end. As you remember way back, I did clean one of the fork legs up. It wasn't brilliant, which is a bit disappointing. So I'm going to have a look at this one and also sort the yolks out, or the triple trees if you're American. Again, they're in a bit of a mess. So this is the fork leg, as you can see. It's got a good coat of abuse. As you know, the bite was never looked after. And we've got the remnants of the amazing paint job that someone done to the frame on the bottom yoke there. So we've got to get all that off. And then we've got the top yoke. This nylon bit has broken. That's about ready to give it up. What I could do with that is probably make one out of a strip of steel. As long as we don't have sharp edges on there, that should be all right. It's only to contain cables, that is, so we might, it doesn't necessarily have to look the same, so we'll probably knock some up for that. Yeah, with these I'll pretty much do the same as I did with the swing arm. Tidy them all up and give them a really light coat of silver, just to make them look presentable. Literally spray them till they're coloured and that's it. We don't want to build the paint up because there's more chance of it getting damaged that way, especially with a bike of this nature. So yeah, they just have a really light colour coat just to give them a sheen. The forks, I've got to order some fork seals, some dust shields for them, because we are going to take them apart. One of them, at least one of them, it sounds like it's got water in it. When you tip it up and down, the fluid seems to travel far too fast for it to be oil. You can hear it sloshing around in there, but we'll see. I could be wrong. Someone could have put fairy liquid in there for all I know. Nothing on this bike will surprise me. So let's have at it, get some bits cleaned up and start getting it a lot tidier, and at least get the yokes back onto the bike today, and maybe do a bit of investigating into the fork legs and see how bad they are on the inside. Right, let's start by getting this off. That is tight. Wow. That's interesting. That's ridiculous. Right, let's see what we can do about that. That's got them. Oh, look at all the muck in them. Nice. Yeah. Corroded themselves in. Hopefully this will just slide off. Oh, it is as well. Right, let's get a bit of diesel and give all that a wash. Right, start loosening all that terrible thick grease off. And all the dirt underneath. It's a bit grubby, isn't it? Right, let that have a soak a minute. Right, let's see if I can get a majority of it off with wipes, and then we'll dip it back in some fresh diesel to get another soak. I've ticked all that old stuff out, that was terrible. Another gallon of diesel. Oh, this is terrible. Right, let's get the Dremel in some of the areas I can't get to with that brush. This should shift that black overspray off as well. Yeah, that's doing it. That's getting there. Look at all this, you can see obviously where someone's previously changed the bearings and completely butchered this shaft. It's not going to have any effect on how it operates obviously, but just someone not being careful at all. Yeah, not good. Get a Scotch-Brite. Some of this muck has obviously been on there for a very, very long time. It's proper bonded itself to the surface. We're getting there though. Right, a little bit of elbow grease and it's starting to look better. Well, that's until you flip it over. And next, we've got to fish that lot out. Again, we'll loosen it all up with the Dremel. Let's have a go at that. Oh, some of this is being a bit stubborn. We'll get there though. Bit of elbow grease, bit of patience, bit of time. Okay. Yeah, that's took some time, that has. But it's a lot better. We're at a stage where I can just get some panel wipe on that now and give that a really, really light coat of silver, just to make it look nice, fresh and new. Now then, bearings. I'm going to make a decision here that probably some won't agree with. I'm going by a couple of bits. One, someone had pumped new grease into here on top of some of the manky stuff by the look of it, or two different types of greases. Two, someone's obviously changed the bearing at some point. And three, these bearings look pretty damn good. I've got to say, it looks like they haven't done a lot at all. Even the seal, let's see if we can get a close up in the light maybe. Even the seal is perfect. The blades on it are perfectly sharp. There's no chunks out of it. So I think someone did change the bearings. Obviously they did, because we can see how they've butchered the shaft a little bit. They've been changed and I don't think they've done a lot. Now we're trying to, obviously, where we can, save a bit on this bike. So I think I'm going to leave them on. I don't think there's nothing up with them. At the end of the day, if they prove to be a problem, which I really don't think they're going to be, it's no big issue just to pop the yolks off and change them at a later date. And at the minute it's a little bit of a saving, so that's what I'm going to do. Like I say, some people may not agree, but I think they're fine. So I'm going to mask them up, ready for its little coat of paint. But first we've got to do the top one. Again, not too bad up there, horrific under there. So I'm going to pop that bit of nylon bracketry off, which is there for the cables. Like I say, I think we'll make one of them. I very much doubt I'll get hold of one of them unless someone's got a second-hand one knocking about somewhere. I will have a look, but if it comes to it, I will make a little metal one and make sure it's got no sharp edges on. Anyway, let's get that off and give that a soak. I've decided to have a go at some of this dry. We may not end up in such a big gooey mess then. While that one's soaking, we'll get a splash of silver on here. I'm just going to give it a bit of a rub round with some, well, basically it's brake and clutch cleaner, which will get any grease off there, and obviously a brand new brush. And we know there'll be no greasy bits on there. And we'll mask that bearing up. I'll say that might seem a bit of a crazy decision to some, but I'll say that's done nothing, and I'm prepared to take the risk. I think it'd be absolutely fine. Let that stuff evaporate, so it evaporates quite quickly. And we'll brighten that up. One more thing before we do that, I'm going to sand this down the holes just to make sure the debris is out of them and they're nice and clean. That should do it. Bit of masking up first. Mask that way because it's easier to get off rather than wrapping it all the way around, which can be a right pain to get off. Right, now around the bearing, we will wrap it round that. Didn't quite have that long enough. That'll do us. Right. Just some old loo roll tubes down there. Pack them out with some rags. That's just to expand them into there. That's it. That should hold them there. Sorted. Put them down a bit. Right. Very light coat of silver. do. Certainly better than what it was anyway. Right, that's the top one about done. We've got a bit of a scuff there, so we'll just try and blend that off a little bit, just to disguise it a little bit. That should do it. Right, just sorting all the fixings out for these now. So the ones in the handlebar clamps, I've just got to reduce the flange on them a little bit, so I've got to run them all through the lathe. So I've done that one. It's just a little bit too big to sit in where it needs to sit in. You look at that one. Where's the one I've done? You probably won't even spot it on this camera. But yeah, I just reduced it a little bit so it sits there nicer. Right, do the other three and then we can get this onto the bike. Right, last one of them. That's better. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a miracle. Look at that. It hasn't been butchered. Considering what the rest of this bike was like, that is actually a miracle. No one's had at it with a chisel or a screwdriver. That is amazing. It is in my simple little world anyway. Right, time to get a gooey finger and get these yolks on. Get a bit around here. Yeah, look how good these are. They ain't done nothing, have they? Oh, that's a bit too much. You don't want too much goo. Right, we are ready to go. Fits lovely. Fits like a glove. And that. Then we've got a seal, which again, that seal's in absolutely tip-top condition. Right, just going to carefully see if I can clean the stem nut up a bit. It's a little bit chewed. We'll use it for now. It can be changed at a later date. if Sam chooses to. Nice clean washer though. Which way up should we have that? Shiny side up. There we are. There we go then. That's a bit better than what they looked like this morning. So yeah, we got all matching bolts in there now, all stainless, and it's looking a lot cleaner. Although when we obviously complete the bike, you don't see too much of that, because we've got a big number board here as well that sort of hides all the frontage. I've got to do something about that little bit of nylon that has snapped. Like I say, I think I'll make a metal strip across there. It's just to retain the cables. As long as it's got no sharp edges, I think we'll go away with making something, unless I do find one. The nut, like I say, the stem nut, it's a tiny bit chewed. It's not bad, it's cleaned up all right, but little bits like that can be done at a later date, you know, as time goes on. Handlebars are over there. I'm going to have a look through them later. I'm not sure. I might be able to tidy them up with a light coat of black, because they are a bit scuffed, but I'll look at that later. I'm going to call it a video on this one, because I'm going to go and have a little break, edit this video that you've just watched, then I'm coming back in here for a late one on the RM. I'm going to complete the whole day doing bits to the RM. Anyway, thanks again for all the special stickers for the Enfield. Massive thank you for all the silly stickers that some of you have bought, and also, yeah, wherever you've helped me out and supported me, the buy me a coffee thing, immensely appreciated. Some of you guys have gone on to that, so yeah, I appreciate it all. It's all going to be a fantastic help to go through this downtime that I'm heading towards. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to go and have a bit of break, edit this one, and then come back in and carry on with RM stuff for the rest of the day. Cheers for watching, guys. Take care.